Right? He's going through a cancer right now.
Steve Vai? No.
Somebody's got cancer. I thought it was Stevie Vai. Maybe I'm wrong.
No.
But if he is,
I hope not. I mean,
I just want to wish him good luck.
He's a dear friend, and he really takes great care of himself. He's a vegetarian, vegan. As a matter of fact, when we were playing together in Whitesnake, he turned me on, and I was a vegetarian for 5 or 6 years. He turned me on into not food combining or not combining foods. Right in the morning, just having juice and not combining your carbs with your proteins. So your food digests better and stuff like that. So he really takes care of himself. More than anybody I know.
So maybe it's not him. I'm happy you're not a vegan no more. Cubans are not vegans. You know what I'm saying? They try to slow it down a little bit. Like when a Cuban gets a heart attack, he'll switch it to turkey meat. Like I'll switch to fucking picadillo to turkey meat, but that's as bad as I get. Fuck that shit. What's up, Lisa? How was your weekend, buddy?
It was good. You know what I'm doing a lot now? I've been on a diet for for like 6 months, and my girlfriend and I are getting sick of it. But I've lived in LA for like 4 years, and I've never really left the valley. Like other than working down in Santa Monica, I never left. So we took the train down to Japantown or Little Tokyo in downtown. We walked for like 20 minutes. We found this like revolving sushi bar, like the place that it goes around on the conveyor belt. We walked around there. We went to a couple Japanese bakeries and stuff. It was a lot of fun.
Something different. You gotta get out of the valley sometimes.
Because I've lived here for years, and I've seen like less than 1% of LA. So it was fun doing that.
You get stale. I get stale. I get really stale. That's why I like fucking around and going to Long Beach for the laugh factor. Because I was just telling these guys that I'll sit at home not to lose a fucking parking spot. Like if it's between me losing this parking spot or me I'll stay home. And especially like Tuesdays and Thursdays, those motherfuckers double up on my block. Once you leave, I don't even know where these cars come from. It's like they pop from the ground up or some shit.
Right. Well, I when I didn't have a parking spot at my place, I would never ever leave. I don't know how you do it sometimes.
I don't know how the fuck I do it. But I had a great weekend. I went to Portland, Oregon.
How was it?
Fucking shows were great, man. I gotta tell you, I lived in the Pacific Northwest, and it's always had this little cool feeling to it, the Pacific Northwest. Portland has really got it down. You know what Portland reminds me of? The old Houston comedy scene. Like that people were involved in it. Like the people went to bars and spoke about the guy performing. They didn't know his name. Just go down there and watch him. Portland has that feel to it. They don't need to know who you are or what TV show you're on or none of that bullshit that comes with comedy. We heard you were funny. We're going to come down here and check you out. Everybody brought me reefer and joints, and fucking some guy brought the Russian kid brought blueberry cake that was just brown from the THC. And I gave it out to the staff on Friday night, and everybody got ripped. I came the next day, and the manager's like, you can't be giving that shit out to my workers here. Because the one girl was on the floor sleeping back there. So it was...
Did you ever hear from the convenience store worker who you gave the gummy to? You gave the Gumis Hermanos gummy to, like, this poor lady?
Oh, no, I haven't gone over there. I haven't gone over there to the spot. I'll go over there tomorrow. I got to meet somebody there for coffee, so I'll see you then. But it was just a great weekend. I really like Portland, and I want to thank everybody who came out. I want to thank Lisa, who left me a little present for my daughter. She left me a beautiful little princess dress and a cute little shirt. And I want to always thank Greg and Lynn for always they dropped off some edibles and whatnot. So it was pretty nice.
Well, it's really cool. Our guest is Rudy Sarzo, and you guys were talking before about Vegas. It must be really cool when you're like, you guys travel for a living.
For a living.
And it must be really cool.
But I don't travel. Rudy travel. Rudy got some freaking motherfucking flyer miles, Jack.
But you get to go to like different cities and go there a lot and get to know people, and it must be fun.
It depends on the band. Like when I was playing with Blue Oyster Cult, that was the last band that I was doing a lot of weekends. Which actually do make sense in today's musical climate. The fact that if you can play Thursday through Sunday and go home on Monday and fly back out again on Thursday, you're fine. Because if you're going to be playing Tuesday to Wednesday, they're going to be shitholes. There's those gigs that you're just doing because because if you don't play, you're going to be on the road, staying in hotels. There's going to be a tour bus to pay for. There's going to be the crew to pay for. So you just want it's like a shark. You got to keep it moving. So so a band is the same thing. So if you take too many days off on the road, you start losing money. So my preferred way of touring, unless it's like, a real, high-end type of band, is actually just to do weekends. Because that, those are the prime gigs. Those are the B, A market and or B market, and actually the B market is what I consider now playing casinos. Because when you go into a small town, all of a sudden you realize that there's a casino right down the street, and it's actually one of the best gigs out there.
Do you do the same location for the entire weekend, or do you go into an area and go like an hour away each day?
No, I've actually done those. The residents.
Okay.
I had a gig in Las Vegas about 5 years ago. It was called Monster Circus. On the we were right after Barry Manilow on that Elvis theater, at the Hilton, and I loved it. I loved it because you just get up there and you're staying at the hotel, you fly in. Again, it was one of those weekend things. It was like from Thursday until Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I think, Saturday or Sunday was the, 4 shows a week. And the rest are just go home and, have a normal life.
How is touring? I was looking at you and I'm going, Jesus, I'm going to ask Rudy, how has touring changed in 20 years? Fuck it. I saw Rudy 31 years ago.
Yeah.
You saw him play?
Yeah, 31 maybe, right? 83?
Well, actually, my
83?
my first tour was in 81, so that's like 33
81.
years ago. Yeah.
81 I saw. Whenever they came to April to the Palladium.
Which
the
band?
big show. Ozzy.
Oh, Ozzy.
That's
yeah,
the first time I
that was
saw
81.
It.
You played with
81.
Ozzy?
Yeah.
Who have you played with? Because it's so far
Quiet
you've said
Riot,
White
Ozzy
Snake,
Osbourne,
Ozzy.
White Snake.
Dio.
Oh my God.
Dio. And Blue Oyster Cult that I just mentioned, and
who were you with recently?
Yeah, the Jeff Tate version of Queensryche.
Queensryche, okay.
Yeah.
It's so funny that how has it changed in 33 years? Like when you first started with Quiet Riot, let's say, and Quiet Riot opened for Ozzy Quiet Riot opened for somebody for a while. Did they not?
Oh God, we open up for everybody from ZZ Top to Scorpions to Iron Maiden to Loverboy, Black Sabbath, Judas Priest.
Now, in those days, did you have a wife?
No, that was 83, so I got married in 84.
So 81, how was touring then? You toured every fucking... Because I remember, like, looking at a band schedule. Like, for me, they would do Philadelphia on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Newark on Thursday. And then shoot into New York on Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
But I also know that there was no, like... fucking Sunday through Thursday off. You guys were right back at it.
We were always on the road.
Always.
There was a circuit that you would play the A markets, like where you're talking about the Philadelphias and the New York City and
Houston.
Newark, Houston, But then we had the B markets, which were towns that had hockey arenas. Or B market, like the minor league hockey arenas. Those were great venues, And so we would do all of those. And it was great because we were really never off. And you really don't want a night off. 33 years ago, having a night off meant that you were going to wind up, the next day with a huge hangover because there's nothing to do. 33 years ago, you check into a Holiday Inn. It was a home box office, which really was a box.
It was a box with a roll, with a string on it, and the 3 levels.
And you have basically HBO and whatever channels they had, local channels. That was it. That was your entertainment. So our Facebook was actually going down to the bar, to meet the fans and the crew and the other band that we were touring with. That was our social networking, was going down to the bar. So it meant that you wind up the whole night drinking, and that really affects you after a while, being on the road. So, we had all those distractions. We don't have that anymore. We can actually be very creative because we have all the technology available to us. The same technology that allows our music to be stolen gives us the freedom to create more. Isn't that ironic?
It's really ironic. Yeah. But it's weird how I used to see those schedules. Like, how has touring changed? I mean, even with me, when I went on the road 15 years ago, I went on the road with one thing in mind: to do jokes and to get hot, to get fucked up. I didn't know when I was coming back. Yeah, I had a plane ticket for Sunday at 3 in the afternoon, but I didn't know if I was going to make that plane or not because I was going deep on Saturday night and I was going deep on Friday.
We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.